There are moments when a man's love doesn't come through grand gestures or dramatic declarations. It slips quietly through his words. The world teaches men to hide their emotions, to love in silence, to care in shadows. But when a man is deeply, truly in love, his words begin to reveal what his heart can no longer contain. These phrases may sound simple, yet they carry the weight of devotion, loyalty, and tenderness. Today, we'll uncover 7 secret phrases men say only when their hearts belong entirely to someone. When a man says, "I've got you," it might sound simple, almost casual, but those 3 words carry a kind of emotional gravity most people overlook. It's not about control, not about ownership. It's about protection without condition. When a man is deeply in love, this phrase becomes his quiet promise, his unspoken commitment that he's there for you in ways that words can barely express. It's not about saying, "I love you," every day. It's about showing up when life gets heavy. "I've got you" is what slips from his lips when he sees your strength fading, when he notices the weight in your eyes, when he senses you need someone to lean on even if you don't ask. It's his way of saying, "You're safe with me." Love for a man often hides behind action, not expression. And that's what makes this phrase so powerful. It's not poetic or planned. It's instinctive. It comes from a place of deep emotional attachment. When he says it, he's not just reassuring you, he's reassuring himself that he's capable of protecting the person who matters most to him. He's not trying to be your hero in a movie sense. He's just letting you know that when life turns chaotic, he'll stand between you and the storm. "I've got you" is his armor, his loyalty shaped into words. It's also the moment you see vulnerability in him, though he may never admit it. Because behind "I've got you" is a silent fear. The fear of losing you, of not being able to keep you safe from the world or from your own worries. It's a man's way of saying, "I'll carry your burden when you can't." You see it in how he checks on you after a bad day, how he tries to understand your silence, how he takes care of small things without making a show of it. That's the hidden language of love, quiet, consistent, and strong. So, when you hear those words, don't just hear them, feel them. They mean he's emotionally invested. He's watching, he's listening, he's tuned into your energy. It's not a line, it's a lifeline. In those moments, he's not trying to impress you, he's trying to protect your peace. "I've got you" is a man's way of building a soft place for your heart to land, a shelter in a world that's often too hard. And when a man truly loves you, that phrase isn't a promise for the moment, it's a commitment for the storm. When a man says, "You don't have to change," he's not just being kind, he's revealing something rare and genuine. It's a sentence that carries acceptance, something deeper than mere attraction. Because when a man is deeply in love, he sees you not as someone to mold or fix, but as someone to understand. In a world where people are constantly told to be better, prettier, smarter, or quieter, his words come as a whisper of peace. "You don't have to change" means he's fallen in love not just with your highlights, but with your flaws, your quirks, the pieces of you that you try to hide from everyone else. It's him saying, "I see you fully, and I still choose you." When a man truly loves, he doesn't demand perfection. He finds beauty in authenticity. That phrase, simple as it sounds, is his way of giving you permission to just be. You don't have to wear masks. You don't have to impress. You don't have to shrink to fit into his world. Instead, he adjusts his world to fit around you. That's what makes real love feel different. It's not built on conditions. It's built on connection. "You don't have to change" is his emotional honesty spilling out, his soul telling yours, "I love you exactly where you are, as you are." It's also a reflection of emotional maturity, because only a man who's secure in himself can love someone without needing them to be perfect. In those words, he's saying he doesn't want to rewrite your story, he wants to be part of it. He loves the way you laugh too loud, the way you overthink, the way you care too deeply. He sees the cracks, but instead of trying to fill them, he cherishes them. They're proof of your strength, your journey, your humanity. And yet, behind that acceptance, there's something even more powerful. When he says, you don't have to change, he's not saying you shouldn't grow. He's saying he'll love you through every version of yourself. He's not afraid of your evolution, your emotions, or your imperfections. That's love without fear, the kind that feels like home. So when he says it, believe it. Because that phrase is not about what he wants from you. It's about what he's ready to give: understanding, patience, and unconditional love. It's his heart's quiet declaration that you, just as you are already enough. When a man says, I'm proud of you, it's not just a compliment. It's a confession of love in its purest form. It means he's emotionally invested in your journey, not just attracted to your presence. He's watching you grow, evolve, and face your challenges, and in that process, he feels a deep sense of admiration that words can barely hold. When a man is truly in love, your wins feel like his wins, and your achievements light up something inside him that goes beyond pride. It's connection, respect, and joy intertwined. I'm proud of you isn't just about what you've accomplished. It's about who you are becoming right in front of his eyes. He says it when he sees you fighting your silent battles, when you get back up after falling, when you try even though the world doesn't notice. He notices. Love makes him attentive to the little things, and in those moments, his pride is personal. It's not performative. He doesn't say it for praise. He says it because your strength moves him, your courage inspires him, and your persistence reminds him of what love really means. Standing beside someone who refuses to give up. When he says, I'm proud of you, he's really saying, I believe in you, I admire you, and I'm grateful to walk beside you. And there's something deeply emotional behind those words. For many men, expressing pride is a vulnerable act. It exposes their feelings in a raw and honest way. It means he's not threatened by your success, he's fueled by it. He's the kind of man who doesn't compete with your light. He protects it, nurtures it, and celebrates it. In that moment, his ego steps aside and love takes the lead. I'm proud of you is how he shows emotional partnership, how he tells you, without saying it directly, that your growth matters as much to him as his own. What makes it powerful is how it comes from a place of genuine admiration. He sees the real you, the imperfect, hardworking, sometimes uncertain you, and still finds something to admire. That's when love turns into respect, and respect turns into devotion. When a man truly loves, pride in you becomes pride in us. So when he says those words, listen carefully. They mean he's watching, he's supporting, and he's already invested not just in who you are, but in everything you're becoming. When a man says, I miss you, it's often underestimated, but those 3 words carry layers of meaning that go far beyond distance. For a man deeply in love, I miss you isn't about needing attention, it's about emotional connection. It means that your absence echoes in his everyday life, that something feels incomplete without your presence. When he says it, he's not just saying he wants to see you. He's saying that your energy, your voice, your presence have become a part of his inner peace. It's a confession of attachment, of longing, of how deeply you've settled into the spaces of his heart that he never knew were empty before. Men are often taught to be composed, to not show too much emotion, to play it cool. But when a man is truly in love, I miss you, slips through his guard. It's one of those rare moments where he allows his heart to speak louder than his pride. It's his quiet way of saying, you matter more than my comfort, more than my routine, more than I ever expected. When he's deeply connected, missing you becomes something emotional rather than physical. He misses the way you make him feel seen, the calm you bring to his chaos, the balance you unknowingly restore in his life. He might say it late at night when the silence feels too heavy, or in the middle of a busy day when a random thought of you pulls him away from everything else. I miss you becomes his heart's reflex, not just his habit. And the truth is, it's not about loneliness, it's about attachment. It means he's emotionally involved to a point where your absence actually changes the rhythm of his day. He might still smile, still work, still go through life, but something inside him feels slightly off until he reconnects with you. That's love, subtle but deep, invisible yet powerful. When a man says, "I miss you," it's not just an invitation to come closer, it's a glimpse into how deeply he feels. It's his soul admitting that connection has become his comfort. It's a confession that you've become part of his thoughts, his peace, and his quiet moments. It's not weakness, it's intimacy in its truest form. Because real men don't miss every woman, they miss the one who made them feel something real. When a man says, "Well, figure it out," it's not just a phrase, it's a promise wrapped in calm. It's his way of saying that no matter how complicated things get, he's not running away. When a man is deeply in love, those 4 words become his anchor. They reveal his emotional strength and his loyalty. It means he's already chosen you, and now he's choosing to face life with you. "Well, figure it out" isn't about having all the answers. It's about commitment through uncertainty. It's about him standing beside you, not above you, and reminding you that you're not alone in the chaos. When he says it, he's offering reassurance, not solutions. It's his heart speaking a quiet language of partnership where the goal isn't perfection, it's presence. A man who truly loves doesn't flee when things get hard, he leans in. He's not promising that everything will be easy, but he's promising that he'll stay while you both find the way. That's rare because most people love convenience, few love through confusion. "Well, figure it out" means he's emotionally invested enough to face the unknown, not because he has to, but because he wants to. Those words carry a sense of peace even in tension. They soften the weight of problems because they come from someone who refuses to let fear define the relationship. They show that his love is not built on the illusion of control. It's built on trust, teamwork, and faith in the bond you share. And that's what makes it powerful. When a man truly loves, he doesn't look for an escape, he looks for a way through. That phrase becomes his silent vow, his emotional handshake with the future. He's telling you that he values the relationship more than the argument, the connection more than the confusion. He's saying, "I'm with you even when it's messy." It's his version of love's endurance. When he says, "We'll figure it out," he's not dismissing the problem. He's committing to the process side by side. Because to him, love isn't about having it all together. It's about staying together until it makes sense again. Those words mean you're his choice, not just on the sunny days, but through the storms too. And when a man truly says them from the heart, he's not predicting the future. He's promising to walk through it with you. When a man says, "You're my peace," it's one of the most intimate truths he can ever share. Those words come from a place far deeper than romance. They come from the core of his soul. In a world that constantly demands strength, composure, and control, peace becomes the rarest treasure for a man. So when he looks at you and says, "You're my peace," he's telling you that you've become the calm in his chaos, the safe place where his mind and heart can finally rest. It's not about perfection or beauty. It's about energy, presence, and emotional safety. You make him feel understood without judgment, valued without conditions, and loved without having to prove anything. For a man who carries the silent weight of responsibility and pressure, finding peace in someone is like finding home. It means he can drop his guard, take off his armor, and just be. Around you, he doesn't have to pretend to be strong all the time. He doesn't have to explain his silences or hide his tiredness. He feels seen, not for what he achieves, but for who he is when the world isn't watching. "You're my peace" is his quiet confession that you've touched him in a way the world never could. It's not about excitement. It's about emotional stillness, that rare feeling of being completely accepted and at ease. When a man is deeply in love, he doesn't chase drama or noise. He seeks peace. And if he tells you that you are his peace, it means you've become the center of his balance. You've turned his restlessness into comfort, his doubt into faith. He feels anchored by your presence, healed by your words, and strengthened by your understanding. You bring him back to himself. That's not something he says to everyone. It's sacred, it's personal, it's real. So when those words leave his lips, understand their depth. It's not a casual compliment. It's his heart's recognition of yours. It means he trusts you with his silence, his flaws, his dreams, and his fears. Because to a man, love isn't about who excites him. It's about who calms him. You're my peace is his way of saying, you're where my soul finally rests. And when a man finds that kind of peace in you, he doesn't just fall in love, he stays.